up here in the Batcave, HNL. HNL. Fuck, man. Just got off the phone with my dad. Talk about awkward stuff you have to do at the holidays. My dad's really cool. He's always been cool. I have none of those kind of dad problems that a lot of guys do. Very lucky for that. He's a great guy. But when they say, like, so what have you been up to? The fuck am I supposed to, I mean, I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell him, well, Dad, I fucking roll around my neighborhood looking for demons. But I've been having problems hunting any down lately because I think they've seen me talk to angels, so they don't, they're staying away from me like a drug dealer when he sees you talking to a cop. I can't tell him that shit, right? I mean, and I'm not, I don't know, watch my channel. I don't want him to know I do this either, you know? So what do you say? It's just fucking awkward as fuck. You know, because I sound like a lunatic no matter what. But you know, I want my family to know I'm doing okay. But at the same time, I also don't want to know which of them have taken the thing, you know? Shit, I mean, I guess, well, I don't want to get too into it. I still don't know if any of them taken it. And it's not just my family, it's friends where I'm from back in New England. I don't want to know. I know some of them have had it, you know? I just did a video right before this where I was talking about how they're finally starting to increase the drip on people knowing that the whole thing was bogus, because part of the evil plan is to get people to turn on their governments, yada yada, the whole thing. I was just talking about that, and you know, I keep in touch with my family, not as much as I used to, though. In fact, I've intentionally kind of been not really ghosting them, but not really trying to get in touch with them either, because I just don't want to know, you know. And at one point I kind of tried to communicate that to my dad, but it's fucking awkward, man. Like, my life is so weird now since since I discovered the spiritual war thing and became involved with it on a daily basis, and pretty much that's all I do. So how do you explain that? You know, and I don't want to lie, you know. So it's weird, but yeah, so I still don't know if they got it or not. But one of my family members had a complication that put them in the hospital. And I haven't asked what their status is with that stuff, because, I mean, I know what it does. Now, I know there's also a chance that maybe they got saline, but the way they're running it, like the way they run all experiments, is they have to have control groups. So they don't just give everyone the kill thing at once. You know, they don't do that. In fact, I think the first run, I saw an anon who claimed to have some information. So as far as I'm concerned, that settled science. But he was laying it out like, he was saying he thinks that there were only a quarter of them being something that would be detrimental to you, while the others were sailing, because they have to make control groups. So they don't just lay it all out at once. But that's why they have these staggered things with boosters and stuff like that. So eventually they can get to everyone. But if you're gonna get the thing, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the DLC for these things. So yeah, man, I just don't want to know. I don't fucking want to know. So like, it's much easier for me than some people. Like, I can imagine some people, the hell they're going through with their family and the people around them that have basically, you know, walked into the slaughterhouse. Most of the people that I've known most of my life are back in New England. in the years I've been here, about 8 years, maybe 9 years now, I kind of know what's up with all the people I know here. But back home, I only know some of my friends who have had it done. And I never had the conversation with them either. But like, I don't want to know. So it puts me in an odd situation. But it's, like I was saying, it's easier for me because I'm far away from, you know, most of the people I've known throughout my life. And some people are still sitting right with their families and are there now on Christmas Day, sitting at a table across from them, like thinking, well, you know, this guy's taking it, this uncle's taking it, this sister's taking it. I can't say anything about it because they'll think I'm crazy. But at the same time, you know, you have to tell them you didn't take. It must be hell. So I have nothing to complain about. My connection to any of that awkwardness is just through telephone conversations. But holy shit, that was a fucking really rough conversation. Very awkward, you know. The good thing about it is my dad was a little bit drunk, I think, which, you know, that's pretty standard for him. Yeah, Irishman. You know, he's probably Christmas Day, he probably had a couple, which is good, you know, because if he was sober, would have been way worse. He's a great guy. He you know, he took care of me for many, many years. He gave me a lot of opportunities. He looked out for me in a lot of ways. Always hooked me up with cash, gave me everything I wanted. He just wanted to see me do something where he didn't have to worry about me. And I want to convey to him that he doesn't have to worry about me and things are fine. But I can't tell him much about how I spend my days, you know, because it's, you know, it would sound like fucking madness to him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. How would you even start? You know, well, Dad, let me red pill you about the spiritual war. You see, all around you probably right now, as we speak, are demonic entities that are vibrating on a different frequency, so you can't see them, but they're definitely there. It's like, what the fuck? You can't do that. You can't freak your parents out with that shit. You know, I wouldn't suggest anyone do that. Never try to. That's what I tell some of my friends too that are like into this understanding or have been spiritually awakened or into any kind of anything that would be considered conspiratorial or truth subjects. Never fucking try to red pill your parents. I did a little bit with my dad a couple of years ago through impossible architecture. Like, you know, how do you think they built that building? Like, remember that building across from your work with a giant eagle statue on the top that was built in the 1800s when all they had was horses and wooden carts? How do you think they got that up there? And I remember going through that with him, and he's like, yeah. And, you know, but he's got a lot of normal people around him. Normal. He's got a lot, you know, I don't know, whatever. It's just, that was tough. That was tough. Because, you know, it must have sounded like a lunatic. So thank God he was a little tipsy. Because it would have been way worse. But, yeah, so I'm thinking about any of you guys that have to sit at a table with your families today. And, you sorry sons of bitches must be going through hell. So God bless you. You know, God bless all of us. We need it, but he is looking out for us. And again, I'm using he for conversation's sake. But, you know. All right. I'm going to finish doing my very strenuous house chores. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.